2021 Big Ten Media Days is going on right now at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, Indiana. I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a behind-the-scenes look at what this actually looks like in person, because obviously not a lot of people get to come see this in person. You may get to see it on Big Ten Network a little bit. But first thing I wanted to show you was I'm kind of underneath the stadium. This is a part of Lucas Oil Stadium most people don't generally get to see. So I wanted to show you, this is there's just kind of a pathway that walks around the whole field. Then you go down one of these tunnels and it takes you out to the field. So you walk on out here, and this is where the event's actually happening. Normally they have this at a hotel in Chicago. This year they're doing it on the field at Lucas Oil Field in Indianapolis, which is the site of the Big Ten championship game as well. That's team locker rooms are down there. I think they have guys maybe in there kind of hanging out during the day. But then you walk out the tunnel and then you're out on the field. And this is where they're having all the interview events. They're just starting the Friday interviews right now. Rutgers coach Greg Schiano is going to be the first person up there. Big Ten Commissioner Kevin Warren is talking right now. You can see him up on the Jumbotron. They have trophies here. This is the Rose Bowl trophy, the Leishman trophy right here. And then they have the National Championship trophy, because of course the National Championship game is going to be right here in Indianapolis at the end of this season. January 2022 National Championship right here in Indy. So wouldn't that be a convenient trip if the Buckeyes ended up back there? So we're down on the field. There's Greg Schiano starting his press conference. That's all happening right down there, far into the field. You can see Greg Schiano on the big screen, but you can also see the red backdrop behind him down there on the field with all the reporters around him. They have painted the field with Big Ten logos and all that kind of stuff for the event. It says Big Ten Football Media Days at the 50-yard line. Here is where we'll have individual player interviews later this afternoon. Individual players and coaches come up to these podiums for an hour, and we'll meet with the media in a kind of a smaller group setting. That's a great chance to ask questions you wouldn't necessarily get a chance to ask during a normal interview setting. In a kind of a smaller group, the podium gets streamed live to everyone on Big Ten Network. Everyone who's here is up there listening. Everyone gets the same quotes. Down here with the players, if you have a story you're working on, you can ask them in kind of a smaller group setting. That'll happen this afternoon. But in the morning, it's all the coaches. They just take one at a time. They're up there on the stage up there doing about half an hour, I think, half an hour each. So they kind of do an initial speech, and then it's 15 minutes each, sorry. And then they'll kind of answer questions. They'll do like an initial speech, answer any questions that anyone has, and then the next coach comes up there. So this is down on the field. This is the 50-yard line at Lucas Oil Stadium. They have painted the midfield logo to say Big Ten Football Media Days. There were some people commenting yesterday that they didn't bother painting the field for the Big Ten Championship game last year, but they did it for Media Days, which is, I guess a sign that nature is healing. One of the things that you'll see on TV is the Big Ten Network set. That's right here. They're set up right here. That's what the back of the set looks like. Here's what it looks like on TV. You can see it right there. And they're kind of facing back that way. And then you also have a couple camera positions over here. You can see, including former Ohio State linebacker Joshua Perry. He's going to be on TV there at some point. And you mentioned it was a great experience. And then over here is what they have called Radio Row. Radio Row is if you have a local radio show, you have a little table set up there where you're a little bit separate from everyone else. You can set up all your broadcasting equipment and do your show from right here. So there are a bunch of shows there. There is Big Daddy Paul Keels and Matt Andrews, the sideline reporter for Ohio State football games. They'll be doing their stuff over there a little later on this afternoon. And then here is the bulk of the event. This is where all of the media is seated. They're all sitting here taking notes, tweeting stuff out, writing their stories. This is kind of the media work area. You can do all your stuff right here. And you know, this is where they're having those press conferences that you see on TV. They'll have those here kind of throughout the morning. And then over here, the camera platform where they're shooting them from. That good camera position right up in the front is the Big Ten Network camera. They get a little priority, better than closer than most of the other cameras, because this is their show, this is their event, so they get the good spot. So that should just about do it. That kind of gives you a look at what is actually happening behind the scenes at Big Ten Media Days. You've got a little look at the little look around the field inside the stadium at Lucas Oil Stadium. I'll just kind of give you a look around right here as we're pop back out. Give you a look around the stadium before we wrap it up. But I thought that might be interesting to you guys who haven't gotten a chance to be here for one of these events, to look around, see what it actually looks like behind the scenes and not just on TV. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. If you do, make sure you check out all of our great coverage here at BuckeyeScoop.com. You can subscribe. You can hit the little subscribe video button at the end of this video. That's a great way to make sure you never miss any of our great content like this. And again, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for joining me, and I'll talk to you later.